So I've got a flathead update. We had the 35 Ford that the engine was just rebuilt by experts 10 miles ago, and had a deep knocking noise and some running issues, and so it's apart. Not all the way apart. It's apart enough. One thing I noticed as I was taking it apart was the ridiculous amounts of silicone holding everything together. Like it's just gobs of it everywhere. Like you can see it's enough that it's like oozing into the timing gear. It's everywhere. Every surface had a ridiculous amount of silicone. All right, so one of the first things we noticed here is we're missing a bunch of teeth. That tooth is missing. It's hard to see in here, but that tooth is actually missing. This just has a piece on the front. See, it kind of overhangs a little bit. You can't really tell in here. That's about all that's left. There's really not many intact teeth as we go around. It was still running when we took it apart. Yeah, those are pretty bad. But this is a nylon gear. It's not, they're made to be quiet, which is why they're not made out of steel. So that's a problem, but that's not the knocking problem. You know, I'd looked at the bottom end. I didn't really, there's nothing obvious so far. I thought I'd see some play. We have to take that apart and inspect everything. But the one thing I did notice, I don't know if it'll come out in this camera, is each cylinder has quite a bit of scoring. It's deep. This is 10 miles. No, that one's up, so you can't see. This one's not as bad. That is scoring. This one has a lot of scoring. And it's deep. You can feel it with my fingernail. So after 10 miles, I can feel how bad it is. And then I'll show you the oil pan. Here's the oil pan. It's just, there's all the teeth and more. This is can't tell in this light, but this is like a very shimmery oil. There's a lot of metal in it and a lot of teeth. This wasn't going to run much longer, and then the cam just wouldn't turn. So I'll do an update again once we turn the engine over, and turn the block over and take the crank out and look at the rods and the pistons and everything. You can see all the silicone. It's just, it's inside and outside. Here's inside the oil pan. This is inside the oil pan. This is why you need to be careful, because this will plug your oil pump. That's not what happened in this case, but this, I think this was already loose. I didn't even pull this. You don't want, oh yeah, that's loose. For every amount of silicone that you see squeeze out on the outside of the pan, generally squeezes on the inside also. And if it frees up, this plugs things, and then you got problems. Again, I don't think that's the case with this engine, but since I'm here and I can see the silicone everywhere, and it's going to take me hours and hours to get all this out. It's on every oil pan bolt inside the block. I'm going to be spending hours getting silicone out of this machine, but I don't think that was its downfall. There's something else going on. I think the pistons were clearance too tight, and we'll see about the crank in that. It's Friday when I videoed this, and I'm going to be busy all weekend. So Monday, I'll do an update.